and welcome to You Write, the podcast where creativity meets community.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
Each week on You Write, we challenge our listeners to write a story in just 30 minutes using 3 of 5 randomly generated words.
It's a fun and fast-paced exercise to spark your imagination and get those creative juices flowing.
We'll read your submissions, offer feedback, and discuss the unique twists and turns of each story.
Whether you're an aspiring author or just love a good tale, You Write is your place to explore the endless possibilities of storytelling.
So grab a toothpick and some rich and silky foam and get comfy, and let's dive into this week's stories.
And remember, the only limit is your imagination and just how silky the foam actually is.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's see what you got.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
I slept so much last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, last night I was supposed to hang out with my friend. But I was like, listen, I'm fucking tired, okay? Oh, but one reason I was tired is because on Thursday night I went to trivia.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
We won first place.
What?
Yeah. We won first place out of like 17 teams.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. We had a very, very elite combination of nerds on our team.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you have a sports enthusiast there?
Jonathan was the closest.
Okay.
Which I didn't know how much he was going to know about sports, but he knew some random shit. He knew that only 2 NBA teams had ever won more than 10 championships.
Weird.
I was like, how do you even know that?
Yeah.
It's just like shit that he absorbed over the years somehow, because he's not like a huge sports person, but he is kind of. But anyway, not really though. But
he is. No, he's not.
He's not.
He is, but he's not though.
Yeah.
But he actually is.
But it was really funny because we also had Fury, which is one of my teammates who is just a mega nerd and knows a lot of things. But then as a ringer, I brought in one of my Indian students.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And some hilarious interactions happened because, first of all, like there was a question about what are the name 4 of the wives of Henry VIII. And Fury was like, okay, there's 2 Catherines and 2 Annes at least, or something like that. But you had to put their last names. Mm-hmm. And so, she got the 2 Annes. Or 2 of the Annes, and then 1 of the Catherines. And then she was like, but the other one, is it this or is it this? And then my Indian student, Shoptik, who is young as well, he was like, Catherine Howard. And Fury was like, that doesn't sound right. Howard, really? Like, I don't think so. And he kept being like, no, Catherine Howard. And she was like, I don't feel good about that or whatever. But he was like, Catherine Howard. So I was the one filling out the little thingy. So I put Catherine Howard. We were like, okay, he's very confident, so let's go with it. He was right.
Damn.
He was right.
Clutch.
Like fucking mic drop this kid from fucking India. He ain't from Europe. Okay. And then there was a question, which was who in 2001 or 2021 won a Grammy, was the first female artist since somebody else. And it was to win best rapper or something like that. And the choices were Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Doja Cat.
Okay.
So what do you think the answer is?
2021. I kind of feel like it was Doja Cat.
Okay. I felt like it was Cardi B.
Is it Doja Cat?
Okay, so I thought it was Cardi B. So we were all honestly on the fence about it. We were all like, somewhere between Cardi B and Doja Cat. Shoptik was like Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion. And we were like, and he was like Megan Thee Stallion. So I put it was Megan Thee Stallion.
Hell yeah.
And then lastly, he had a lot of other answers, but the last one that blew my fucking mind was, how many Oscars total did the Lord of the Rings series win?
Series?
Yes.
The entire series?
Yes.
That I have no idea. I think the third film alone got 13 or 14 Oscar wins. This is nominations or wins?
Wins.
For the whole series, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well, actually, I was like, I I had no clue either. I was like, at least 8. And nobody knew. I was like, this is a complete crapshoot. Shoptik was like 17. And I didn't even know he was like saying an answer at that point. I thought he was just like adding shit. Number, but he kept being like 17. And I was like, really? And I put it and it was right.
Did he have some like earpiece in? No,
but I found out later why. Well, first of all, he's a huge trivia nerd.
Oh, okay.
Like him and his friends in India create trivia packs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then, yeah, that tracks.
But the reason that he knew all these things is because he will literally go online and have ChatGPT like quiz him. Be like, give me 50 trivia questions. Mm-hmm. He like drills
trivia.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He does.
Hell yeah. That's like my coworker has been drilling me on geography trivia here recently. And the one, what is the northernmost country of Africa? Geographical point. The northernmost geographical point in Africa. What country is it in?
I'm gonna say Libya.
Nope.
Tunisia?
Yes.
Okay.
Good for you.
Because that was the first thing I thought, but then I was like, no, Libya's higher.
I kept thinking, I was like, Egypt, no. And my next guess was Algeria. Mm-hmm. But Tunisia barely beats it out. And also, I think it goes Tunisia, then Algeria, then Morocco. And they're like there. Like they're like a
nice. Yeah. We should have a geography trivia night because that's my jam. Like when it comes to geography, linguistics, and mythology. Those are the things that I'm good at. But geography especially. Are you making personal note to have a geography trivia night?
No, but this was the other one that he asked me. Name 6 countries that begin with U.
Oh, okay. Uruguay, Ukraine, United States, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan.
Mm-hmm. You also had Uganda. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. The ones that always got, I was like, Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Ukraine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why can't I think of anything else?
You're in the middle of it.
Yes, because it's like, oh, I'm in one.
You're inside of it. You idiot.
Idiot. Fool. Yeah. Geography trivia is interesting. I've learned that fun. I'm so ignorant about geography. Let's
have a geography trivia night. That would be so fun.
Okay.
And Shoptik could even like make a
it would probably be so insanely challenging.
Oh yeah. Anyway, and so then we were sitting at the table right beside the guys who lost, like at last place, and that was these 3 guys from El Paso.
Oh.
Yeah. No, they were crazy. They were trying to cheat off of us. They wanted to steal Shoptik for their team. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, we won a $40 gift card for the lantern. And we ended up buying tequila shots for all of us and those 3.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're on Facebook now. We're famous.
Wow.
Yes.
Facebook famous?
Facebook famous.
Holy shit.
The guy who runs the trivia, he put a picture of us. He's like, oh, look, here's the number 1 first place winners for trivia night, plus these 3 photo bombers from El Paso.
Plus these guys.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to these guys.
Exactly. And it was really funny because afterwards, because Shoptik's the one who sent me that picture that he saw on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And he was like, if I had known that they were going to photo bomb us, I wouldn't have even posted for the picture. I was like, Shoptik, calm down, bro.
It's not that serious.
No, but for him it is. He was like, no, in India, we're cutthroat. I was like, okay, well, please don't bring that energy to trivia next time. This is America.
This is America.
Yeah.
It's lighthearted. Mm-hmm. Just be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see all our stories?
I did.
And who did we decide to read this week?
We decided to read a generous portion of Walker's most recent installment.
Yes. So this is chapter 17, Going Viral. From part 3 of I Swear to God. So yeah, certainly a very small piece here. So Sharon told me the video was going viral. I briefly wondered what kind of infection a video could have. Or maybe she meant the video itself had given her phone a computer bug. In any case, I had no clue what it really meant until I saw it for myself. But let me back up a bit here. I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, but Sharon had something of a large social media following even before posting my discussion with Thoth. Since then, yeah, even her clout has gained clout. Me, I had 0 clout, and my follower count was much closer to 0, and so was my actual friends count for that matter. Yesterday, at least today, we'll get there. But let me back up a bit further, as one does. So once our old buddy Thoth realized that he was being recorded in ways other humans could see, he stormed out of the room. I think he muttered something about, "I am damned paperwork," in passing. And Sharon, she did the strangest thing I'd ever seen her do. She turned her phone around, looked directly into the camera, and said, "Sorry, Sharonites, I'm in shock. I don't even know how to process this all. But I'll be back when I do. Until then, remember, Jesus loves you, and so does Sharon." So, yeah, live streamed, like I said. And if I'm being honest, a bit cringe. If only she had saved it in drafts first. Look at me, acting like I know how social media works. Don't worry, I only knew that much because every time I thought about posting a video about my lawn mowing gig, it ended up staying in drafts. And I'd never gotten around to asking Sam how this all works. He seemed to know about this modern stuff, and he was less likely to laugh at my ignorance. When Sharon finally put the phone down, she turned to me and said she needed some time to sleep on all this. I thought for sure this meant she was totally done with me, and when next I tried to text her, it would say neither delivered nor read. Hard to be left on read when you're blocked, after all. And you know what? I was at peace with that. Why, you ask? Because I knew that I had time to get her back. Because, holy shit, I had cured cancer. I mean, can you even imagine that a little bit? Like, damn, it still gets me, even now. And sure, you can easily point out how it was only 2 forms of it, but still. Have you ever cured cancer through the power of prayer? I thought not. Turns out, she was just tired, though. I mean, if the whole thing had not blown up like it did, that may have been how the story went. But that's not what happened. Her withdrawal, if you can call it that, didn't even last 24 hours. She showed up the next morning just before lunch. No call, no text. She just showed up unannounced. She had a habit of doing that. Plus, also, she had her phone in her hand again. Luckily, the camera wasn't pointed at me. She burst in on a mission as soon as I cracked the door. If she'd been anyone else doing that, I'd have been royally pissed at Kane missing his chance to be a good guard dog. "Have you checked your phone this morning?" she asked. "No," I said. "It's still on the charger, actually. Did you try to call?" "No, but..." "Well, just go get your phone. I want to see something." She had never been this direct with me before. It was kind of hot, to be honest. She grabbed the phone off the charger and brought it to her as I unlocked it. She grabbed it with an intense look on her face and she swiped left, right, up, down, all over the place, then finally sighed in exasperation and handed it back to me. "I always forgot you don't do social media much," she told me. "I lurk on Reddit. That's about it," I admitted. "Lame," she said. She was still hot. Then I remembered why we broke up the first time. She had busted in unannounced, worked up about something that had her excited. I was high at the time and got turned on. She did not react well to that. I'm glad I remembered that this time. "So," she went on as I tried to focus on something other than the way her body moved when she was excited. "That live stream yesterday?" There it was. The mood was killed. "Yeah?" I said hesitantly. "Well, sir, it's official. You're famous. You're welcome." She grinned at me like a little child super proud of the horrible painting she'd brought home for mommy to hang on the fridge. "What are you talking about?" She told me that the video had an astronomical amount of views on her Insta. I had to ask her to repeat that, then learned it was how the cool kids refer to Instagram. Then she showed me the number, and all I could see was that it said something like 12.4 million. "Is that good?" I asked. She laughed. "Good," she replied. "Good? Are you joking right now, Adam? Do you really have no concept of how big that is? How about this? You know how big Houston is, right?" "Yeah, it's big. There are over 12 million living there?" "No," she said. And I immediately wondered why she brought it up then. She went on. And that's my point. It's huge. And that's only like 2 million. If you add the entire county of Los Angeles to it, you're getting close. Okay, I said. So it's a lot. Plus, she went on like I hadn't spoken, my Sharonites now number over 500,000. I have no idea what that means, but please don't ever use that term again. I said it while laughing, and she was beaming. So I got away with it. It means, silly, that my followers exploded overnight. What about, what do you call those things? Bots? Yeah, what about that? Is that what happened? I asked, even as I realized I had no clue what the heck a bot really was or what I was dealing with. She answered, doubtfully, honestly. I think these are real people. Plus, I have thousands of messages waiting in my DMs. Everything from people who want to meet you, to news stations wanting to buy rights to the video, to the show later today. It's crazy, Adam. I've never seen her so excited. But I didn't get it. After all, these may be people with phones in their hands, but she didn't know them. Plus, with numbers that large, it didn't even seem real. She finally sat down on the couch. But that's not why I barged in here, really. Why did you then? I asked. Is there even more wonderful and exciting news for us? I mean, not to poo-poo on your excitement here, but I never wanted to be famous. I just wanted you to be okay. Sharon leaned over on the couch and curled beneath my arm. I know, babe. And that's why I love you.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Okay, there is so much to unpack here. So, okay, first of all, yes, I have lots of thoughts about Sharon and her character development here.
Yes.
It's interesting because it's like, I will think that I'm like, okay, I understand who she is. And then she is somebody else. Like, it's hard for me to like get a read on her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, she's just kind of all over the place. So at first I'm like, okay, she's just like this suffering, like, you know,
punching bag is how we described her before.
Yeah, exactly. Who's just like taking the brunt of all of this or something. And Walker definitely came out being like, oh no, that's not what she is.
Yeah.
And so then I'm immediately like, okay, she's basic.
Yeah.
Like just very basic. But then she like did other things and I'm just like, okay, she's interesting. She's exciting. She's like excited about life.
She's
like
excitable. Yeah.
Excitable, very excitable, which I kind of like identify with.
Yeah.
And then I guess in the end, I'm just like, she's complex. You know?
Yeah, she definitely strikes me as a much more complex character than what we've seen up until this point. Yeah. Which makes me think that I feel like Walker has probably gone back and retconned her character some.
Yeah.
Based off of like feedback that we've given, I would think, because this feels like a very different person than what we've read. But then again, we haven't really read much about Sharon. So it could just be this is who she was. We never really got an opportunity to see this excitable side of her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, she's so excited about followers, but maybe she's just in a state of like overall jubilance because she's cured of cancer.
Yeah.
You know, and so she's just like, yay this, yay that, everything. Woo.
Yeah, that is something that as I was reading this, I was trying to find where that began and who Sharon was prior to that ended. I guess, if that makes sense. Like, how much of this is her reacting to her being cured of cancer just overnight?
Well, we already know that she had a lot of followers before all this went down. Yeah. And she calls them Sharonites.
Which, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is hilarious. Is terrible and hilarious. And I do like that Adam like concedes that the video she posted was cringe, because I agree.
Yeah,
like,
and also asks her, it's like, don't ever call them Sharonites again.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Adam strikes me as just one of those like, you know, he's just like the friendly stoner. He's just like along for the ride. And it's like, oh, I'm going to have to like tell her, you know, at some point not to share all of my private information with the world.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do it right then. He's like, no, I'm just going to go watch TV for now. I would definitely be like, Sharon, don't you dare tell anything else about my life.
Yeah.
To your social media or to anybody else. To your Sharonites. Like, you better not, you know? But he's like, it's all good.
Yeah, because we didn't really get to this part, but going on, like, she kind of she already spilled the beans on who he was, his identity, based off of things that she had been talking about prior to this live stream.
Yeah.
And so his personal information was, I guess, already out there for people to find and piece together themselves.
Totally.
And so people already knew his name, and like he's been foisted, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Into the limelight, like without any, like nobody asked him. Yeah. And just suddenly he's overnight famous. And he's just like, I didn't want that.
Right. They seem like very different people.
Very.
Adam and Sharon, Adam, like I said, he strikes me as just like the friendly stoner, who's just like, yeah, I just want like peace in the world. And, I don't want to be famous.
But yeah, he's also like recently a recent convert to the idea of peace in the world. It kind of sounds like, because otherwise he felt pretty apathetic whenever we came to him to begin with.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she just seems like a basic hoe.
Kind of.
Yeah. But maybe more complex than that.
She does strike me as she's certainly an interesting character.
She is.
Yeah. And it seems like she has a lot of potential for growth. Because one part that really struck out to me is where we ended is like she tells Adam that she loves him, but it's only after she has been thrust into fame.
Yeah.
And now she's just, it's all because of Adam. And so it's like, again, where does her love for Adam begin and end? And does it begin at her becoming famous because of him?
Yeah. I was kind of wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
And also, I was like, why is Adam so into Sharon? So I feel like there's just little tidbits within the story that makes me kind of get a fuller picture of what's going on here. What I picture is that Sharon must be very attractive, the type of girl that Adam can't really see himself being in her league. And then Adam must be great in the sack, because why else would Sharon be with him? Well, I don't necessarily think that she was with him. And that's kind of the part where it's like, she's like, oh, I love you, Right. Like he's been a really good, kind, listening ear up until this point. But they had been dating before all this went down.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of got the off and on sensation of it. Like,
but I'm just like, why would she even mess with him? Like, there has to be something about him that is keeping her coming around.
Or something about her dying that allowed her to reconcile her to come around to a guy like Adam.
No, that's true. But before she was dying, they were dating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
I don't know, man.
And so that's why I'm like, and then there's why did she break up with him in the first place? She busted in his apartment and he was high and got turned on, and she broke up with him because of that.
I believe, something
that's
like
what it
that.
Said.
Yeah.
And so that makes me think that she was not really attracted to him. And if something that minor would make her break up with him, it just seems to me that she was never really that into him. She's just like, yeah, whatever, fuck you.
Yeah, there's a vein of shallowness, I feel like, to Sharon. It's not...
That's the word, shallow. She seems shallow.
It's not exactly obvious, but it seems like we're just pointing to some red flags here and there. And because we're in Adam's perspective, we just glaze over them.
Yeah.
Like we don't ever really come out and address them. Like they're there. But again, being in Adam's perspective, he's not really ready to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And interestingly, we were like, oh, Sharon's a punching bag before. But now I almost get the feeling that Adam is being used by Sharon.
Yeah. And nothing says it can't be both either.
Right.
Like Sharon could have been the punching bag of the gods.
Yeah,
it just turns out she's well equipped to handle it seems like.
Or just she's also a user.
Yeah. Yeah,
she
exactly.
seems right now, I'm getting the feeling that she is, oh my God, I love you so much because you're giving me, like, first of all, curing my cancer. And second of all, giving me all this fame. Like, look how famous I am, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think shallow is a very good way to describe Sharon at this moment.
At this moment, yeah.
At this moment,
that
who
feels,
knows what'll happen.
That's why I feel like she has a lot of room for growth as well. 'Cause Adam is the same way, especially where we found him in part one, where we were introduced to him at the beginning. There's a lot of room for growth.
Totally.
There. And so he has been growing up to this point. And so now, I guess, us at this point in the story, I'm not sure. I can't go back and speak to what may have been added. But maybe this is where the growth is no longer for Adam to have. It's for Sharon to have. It's for him to pass on.
Or maybe it's for both of them to have.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to grow together.
Yes. Or maybe she just turns into a horrible person. And that's the kind of growth that Adam gets.
Or she always was a horrible person and we just see it more clearly.
We reveal it over time. Yeah.
Because right now I'm leaning towards definitely more a fan of Adam than Sharon. For sure. To me, he's a more likable character right now.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. And she, like I said, the part where she's like, I know, babe, that's why I love you. It's just like, ugh.
Like, where did that come from?
Yeah. It's kind of, it's out of left field. It even startles Adam.
Yeah.
And so, like, he was prepared and he wants this. And even he's just like, what?
Right.
She said it.
No, totally. He strikes me as like a puppy dog. He's puppy dogging her, willing to take the rejection, the breakups, the abuse. But then when she's like, oh, I love you, he's like,
say it again. Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I was hiding under your porch because I love you.
Oh, that's creepy. Okay, but one thing I want to say is that I'm glad that these installments keep coming, and I want them to keep coming because I'm enjoying the development of this story. So I was happy whenever Walker was like, oh, there's still 5 million more episodes to come.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yay, it's not ending. Also, I want to say I really enjoyed this, but the part that I enjoyed the most about this entry was the way that the world was reacting to all this.
Yeah.
And the way that it was on TV and everyone's like, who is this Adam? And then this one preacher's like, he's the Antichrist.
Oh, wasn't that Kenneth Copeland? Is that who it was? The guy with the crazy eyes?
That's what he said, and I didn't know who that was. But
I bet you recognize him. He's
probably.
If that's who I think it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so I just love the world's reaction to this. And one thing that I kind of like foresaw, which I hope is not where Walker's going with this, but whatever, like make your own choices. But I kind of foresaw that it would be so easy to get out of this corner that you've painted yourself into, Walker, by being like, oh, and then the gods did something which made the whole world forget what had happened or something like that. Or like took away this one wrinkle in time so that everybody just went back to normal. Because as it is right now, you have to deal with this shitstorm,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope that you don't take that shortcut and be like, oh, like everybody forgot all of a sudden because of interference from the gods or something.
Yeah. I won't necessarily rule that out as a possibility. I think there's a way that you can bring in that Deus Ex Machina and have it work, but you have to earn it. I'll put it that way. Like,
I don't mind a Deus Ex Machina, but I don't want it to be one where everybody forgets that this ever happened. Mm-hmm. I want the world to have to live with the fallout from all of this.
Yeah.
Whether it be positive or negative.
Yeah, and how they proceed.
Exactly.
In that
how
light.
They proceed, how they cope with it. I don't want it to just disappear.
Fair enough.
That's my vote, Walker, if it counts for anything at all.
Well, thank you, Walker, for going viral.
Yes.
The chapter 17 here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And up next is The Ruined Village by Nick Yu.
Yes.
So we're back in our dungeon setting.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some familiar names here with Zimrazil and Mariza. But I think we do get a new character here. Zanzibar. I love the TZ. Zanzibar.
Yeah, I know it was the old guy with all the wrinkles on his face, but oh yeah, Zanzibar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing because that's actually a letter combination in Mongolian, and it's just a
Zanzibar.
Yeah, it's like Tatsimber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Enlil, and so I believe that this guy Zanzibar is a new character, a new introduction. I don't remember reading about.
I don't remember that name,
but
no.
It's been long enough that I'm kind of struggling to remember everything that has happened up to this point. But essentially, this party is coming upon the remains of a village, and we do get some pretty excellent description here. They had camped a fair distance from the dungeon and downwind so that they would not be detected. That meant that Azimrazil could smell the rot as they approached. By the time the dungeon was visible, the stench was stronger, and the forest around them had gone silent. Animals did not approach what remained of the village. And so that's a really kind of clever way to tell us that this dungeon is the ruins of a village. I'll admit, I think you could do some more there to call that out and exactly like describe the ruins and how they are this dungeon now. But all the same, I like that the way that you clue us into that they're approaching a dungeon and that you can't tell that animals did not approach the remains of the village. So I thought that was pretty cool. One thing that I was kind of confused, we just jump into this description about Azimrazil's sword, and like we go to a lot of description about it. Bastard sword. It's larger than a regular one-handed, but smaller than a two-handed. And it's just like this nice balance, and it's pretty big overall. And I was like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we getting this description? And then we get gazing upon a dryad spawn, Azimrazil felt as though it, being the sword, would be inadequate. A sword was not meant to cleave through a wooden monster as big as an orc. I thought that was also fairly clever. Like you do so much to set up the size and description of this sword, and then you use it as a point of comparison for this dryad spawn. Yeah. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's true. I liked the idea imagining a wooden monster as big as an orc. Like, I mean, I don't want to imagine the Ents getting chopped down, but it sounds like it might be an Ent-ish entity.
Hey,
did you see that? Did you note that?
I noted that. Entity. Yeah. It sounds like it's imagine an Ent, but infected with like fungus, like spores from a fungus or whatever. So it's just like, I can just imagine like all these mushrooms and things growing out of it, which again, very clever and kind of creepy. It makes me think of the monsters from The Last of Us. For one, it's a video game. It's also a TV show now, but they're, I forget what they're called, but they're basically just like these horrible fungus things that infect people, and people turn into these monsters infected with fungus. It's ugh. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it does. There is a kind of creepy quality to these dryad spawn. I like the exchange, your dialogue between all of these characters. I think it flows really nicely. And we do get some characterization. That one shouldn't last too long, Zanzibar said proudly. New strains, Enlil asked. Some new ones and some old ones I haven't tried in a while. Nothing anything should be immune to. Axonic listened eagerly to the two older druids talk. There's quite a few people in this scene, and we don't really know that there's all these people until they all start speaking. And so this is where the scene really does kind of open up to all of the characters. I will say that it would help me as a reader to get a little bit more time kind of describing where each character, maybe even just like where they are and what they're doing while they're speaking, will help me get an idea of how to picture this scene, at least them just speaking to one another. I think just a little bit more groundwork for where they are in this dialogue. Yeah.
I was interested in the part where it's like, Azimrazil eyed a dark red mound speckled with white and shuddered. Tazanber seemed to notice and asked, "You know rot's a part of life, don't you? Don't get squeamish." "I am aware and mean no disrespect," Azimrazil replied. I found that part really interesting because I'm like, that's two very interesting takes. We have like the grizzled Tazanber who's like, that's just part of life, you know?
Yeah.
And Azimrazil is like, yeah, but it still bothers me. But I also found it interesting when Azimrazil was like, I mean no disrespect. Like, why would shuddering at the rot potentially be a disrespect towards Tazanber?
That could be almost like world building or lore. Like that, this could be like maybe where Zanzibar is from, that it is like part of their culture or something. Too, I don't know, that worship feels too strong, too powerful of a word, but maybe like they just have really great respect for like this life cycle and what fungus does to break down wood and flesh and makes it new again, almost like Phoenix style.
Yeah.
Like from the ashes comes new life
like
kind of thing.
This is part of life.
Yeah. Maybe that could be interpreted as a form of disrespect for Zetzenberg.
Could be. Mm-hmm.
But I agree. It caught me off guard as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you pointed that out because that did strike me in the moment as well.
Yeah. An interesting bit.
Yeah. A little bit of characterization. We're beginning to digress in Lisette in a rare display of focus and maturity. So those are the kind of details I really appreciate whenever Nick brings them in. Again, it just kind of helps me establish who these people are.
Yeah.
And they're not just voices speaking from a void with these names.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get a little bit about who they are.
That's very true. That's like a really good little things to add to add characterization. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say you could even lean on those a little bit heavier, like give them a little bit more time. Like you don't have to move the dialogue forward so quickly. Mm-hmm. You can let the space develop as they're speaking and the dialogue will continue to flow even through that, I would say. Mm-hmm. But, just moving straight on from what I just read there, it looks like the dungeon is at least contained for now. So obtaining some samples should be simple. From what? From that? Marissa asked, eyeing the dungeon. While the Dryad's spawn were the largest around the ruins of the village, there were more gauntlings and many more of what looked like grotesques, shambling corpses that had pieces of stone and wood integrated into their body. So again, just more excellent description there of the dungeon that they're heading into. They're all sick with all the things I gave them, Zanzibar said. So we're learning more that this is something that Zanzibar did to kind of prepare the dungeon to maybe be easier or something. So I don't know. It's just, this is an interesting development. And yeah, I enjoyed this entry. We kind of start in the middle and end in the middle, which is tough to do anyways, but it's a good dialogue exchange. And curious to know more about this Zanzibar guy. He seems, I don't know how to feel about him. So
he seems a bit old and jaded, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a professional, he says. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
And up next is a new submitter.
Woo!
So this is not a Neko with an untitled story. And I'm curious, what did you think of this? What did you think of this story?
Okay, so here's what I thought. I felt like the value of this story was more in the details, the scene setting, and the descriptions than in the narrative.
Okay.
That's what I felt about it. I couldn't really exactly figure out what was going on, but I really enjoyed all the little, like zooming in to like the little things, like the spreading the butter, like the just little details about the characters and what they were doing and the way that they did them. So for me, it was more of like a sensory experience than a narrative. I know there was a narrative going on. I just couldn't figure it out.
I will admit, on my first read, like you, the narrative escaped me. It is a very rich tapestry.
Yes.
There is a lot of detail in this. So much so that you get swept away and the narrative kind of goes along with it.
Yeah.
But that being said, going back the second time that I read this, there's some pretty interesting things in here. I think where I see the narrative trying to peek through.
Okay.
And essentially what I got is we have Alvi and his aunt, this Duchess, the Duchess of Montgomery's land, the Duchess of Montgomery. And so she's a very well-to-do, like entitled person. I believe she's the head of this, what did we call it? The philocracy?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a fascinating term in and of itself. So
it's like it would be like a government based on love, brotherly love.
Love and just, philosophical teachings as opposed to aristocracy.
Well, there's not.
Or philosophers.
Well, sophos is not part of the word philocracy. Philos is part of it, which is love.
Philos. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So philocracy. Yeah. So yeah, it would be. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like file. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing in there about wisdom.
Yeah. Just love.
Yeah. It's like a government based on love, which is a great idea. I like it.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And so, but we do get this later. We get this idea from Alvi that they wonder if in fact the philocracy is truly any better than the old aristocracy from the times of Queen and Empire. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of get some characterization of Alvi in that moment. But I especially liked. So to continue the narrative, Alvi was a part of some sort of failed launch, and the launch is like, it sounds like a rocket launch going to. What we learn is the stars, and the way that the stars in the sky is described, we have the night lights as the stars. I noticed that was special because capitalized in. So even with the haze of the nightlight turning the sun gray blue and the enormous sphere of Jove with its dark constellations covering half the sky, she was Lady Teresa to most, Duchess philosopher to her fellows in scholarly pursuits, but to Alvi, she'd always been Auntie Duchess. So again, that just goes into the just truly rich detail that's going on, that's being put into this.
Yes.
But yeah, and he is bandaged all over from burns all over his body from this failed launch. And so the main reason I wanted to call that out is because this is like a core part of the narrative, is they're trying to go or are going to the stars, and they're calling the stars nightlights, and Jove, like these Jovian planets, maybe, or maybe Jove is the sun or the moon in this world. I don't know. It just that's what I took from it. And once you kind of get that idea that they're trying to go to the stars, it all starts to line out, especially once the bishop is introduced later as this almost like cosmic, like too big, too vast being that smiles down with a smile that you can't really find the end of it. So I don't know. The bishop is a striking character and really hard to comprehend. But I think you did an excellent job of conveying a truly vast thing that seems kind of almost unknowable and unflappable. I don't know. It's a very, I do really like what Jake mentioned for this line, not to jump straight to the end, but he offered Alvi his hand, pushing through the mist as though from behind a veil or a train emerging from a misty mountain, some far, far distance. Like just that description on its own, some far, far distance. I don't know what it is. That's just really effective.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I saw in the comments somebody said that was their favorite line or something like that. I had this expectation, or not even just like this could be what's about to happen. That suddenly when they were pushing through the mist, that you're going to find out that actually all this is going on inside of like a flower petal or something like that. Like, I suddenly thought that it was all going to become clear to me, and I was gonna be like, oh, that's what was going on. They were inside of this microcosm, and I mean, clearly they are inside of a microcosm. Yeah. But I kind of thought it could be possible that there at the end I would suddenly understand what was going on, but I didn't. It was like the last word was just like, sure. And I was like, oh shit, I'm still lost. Yeah. But I still really like the imagery and the details and the descriptions and all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the way your kind of nomenclature for all of these things. The Jovanauts instead of astronauts. I really love that you lean onto Jove for all of the cosmological like things. All the celestial things are all Jovian. I just think that's really cool. Yeah, and it's all familiar enough that we can kind of grasp what that is without it just being. It feels just so fantastical. Yeah. Yeah, fantastical and yet still relatable somehow. That's a very fine line to walk.
The whole Jove thing is talking about Jupiter.
Yeah, well, and often the gas giants in the solar system are referred to as Jovian planets, and so. All that to say, this is just such a fantastical read. Like there's so much. The detail in this is wonderful. And the relationship between Alvi and his aunt is really interesting because she doesn't really seem to notice Alvy. Like she's just caught up in her own world, doing her own thing, entertaining these people because she's got this high position.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Alvy is literally burned and scarred. And after trying to do something great for this philocracy, and I really liked this line, if all his wise and learned aunt could find to say about the loss of lives, fortunes, and masters, doctors, and philosophers in their own right was what a pity. It seemed her first and last excuse for all manner of things. That is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderfully said. Also, this line, as descriptions go, and he hadn't wished to participate in the launch, not truly, no more than he had wished to take on the mastership of engines and combustion. But reaching through the night lights, regaining the sky, and touching the lands scattered across Jove was every child's dream. That's really where the description and the meaning of those words landed home for me, was in that description. Retaking the sky and touching the lands scattered across Jove was every child's dream. It's like, okay. Yeah, it's like astronauts. So we can equate this to like being an astronaut.
Yeah.
And it all just lands beautifully. I thought that was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Not a Neko.
Thank you, Not a Neko,
for your untitled story, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see some more work from you for sure.
And I would be curious, to Rachel's point, seeing where this microcosm ends, and we start to see the larger scope of this.
Yeah,
the bishop is really just kind of a teaser of what lays beyond. Very cool. Very, very cool. And our next story is Sloane's Business Trip by Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Hey,
Ooh,
Jake.
This one. Damn, I got some thoughts.
Kick us off.
Okay. I love where you went with this. Like, almost entirely through it, I was like, ugh, gross. I know this is weird that I thought that until I found out that she was dead. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I can get on board with this.
It's just like a threshold that has to be crossed. It's just like, ugh. And it's like, oh, now it's just creepy and gross. And it's like, okay.
Well, now it's like, I don't know why. I'd really have to do some soul searching to figure it out. But whenever, to me, it was just this old guy, this old businessman, like being like, cheating on his wife with a prostitute, as he does every single time, and just being like, ew. And like him talking about like his, boner and all this stuff. And I'm just like, ugh. But then whenever I'm like, okay, yeah, he's a serial killer and she's dead. Okay, you know what? Actually,
so he's completely unredeemable at that point. You're like, this is a monster.
Yeah, and it's suddenly fascinating and not just your run-of-the-mill loser.
Yeah.
It's not your garden variety, like, middle-aged loser. It's okay, it's a serial killer. I don't know why, but that just redeemed the story for me.
Yeah, as a story goes, absolutely. It's he's a very compelling villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely a villain.
Oh, totally. And then I was like, okay, yeah. But it's really funny because like throughout the story, I was like, this girl is a terrible prostitute. Like, what a pillow princess. She's just laying there. She's not even like trying. Like, you cannot get away with that as a prostitute. But then I was like, okay.
Well, and then you start to realize like something must be wrong with her, because he's biting down on her so hard he has to use his own hand to pry his jaw off, and she's still not saying anything. I was like, oh, she's dead, or she's unconscious, one of the two.
I am embarrassed to say that I did not come to that conclusion. I was just like, she's an old prostitute. She's over it. She's like, I've been through this a million times, so let's just get it over with. That's literally where I was going.
It dawned on me surprisingly quick. I was like, something is wrong.
Okay.
And like it just, something felt off with her from the get-go. And it's not in your face about it. It's just her lack of presence in the scene is really off-putting.
Yeah.
to the point where, at the start you're like, okay, yeah, she's just, to exactly your point, she's over it. She's done this. It's, it's old hat, whatever.
Right.
But then the more you learn about what's going on, it's like, no, something's wrong. Like she would be screaming in pain or agony or something just because this is not how this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gross. This is really gross. Very, it's very well described.
Yeah.
This is very effectively described. This line, old habits die hard. 60-year-old perverts, it seemed, died quite a bit easier. And I don't know why. I really dig that as its own thing. And then you just move us straight through. The girl didn't notice his heart attack. She didn't move or make a fuss. And again, that's where I was just like, really though? Like, I feel like you would notice, like, if the guy's having a heart attack, like something, maybe not, but it just struck me right then. I was like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird that you wouldn't notice that. His teeth were all but gnashing into the girl's ass, and his entire body had gone into a very solid plank position. Yeah, that just struck me as like, okay, something's wrong with her. So
I still did not arrive at it. I don't know. I'm just like, I guess for me, I'm just like, well, how hard was he really biting?
The word gnashing.
Yeah,
that really clued.
Like if it had been like, okay, like blood started coming out, but then depending on how long she'd been dead, blood wouldn't come out,
which is
then
somehow so much more disgusting. So much worse.
Right. But if it had been like blood was coming out, then I might have been like, okay, she's unconscious or something like that. But I don't know. I just didn't get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then by the time he starts to come around, you're like, well, he's going to live. And then about that time we realize like, oh, he's a monster. He's a serial killer. And you're like, oh, it would have been so much better had he just died. And then we also like to find out that this guy is married with a child or kids. I can't, was it just one kid?
Oh yeah. He only talks about one kid. Yeah.
And so to find out that, or to know that about this character, this is the worst villain. Like this is a very great villain.
Yeah. And then I still did not realize she was dead until he pours bleach on her.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I went back and read that because I was so like in the scene. I was like, wait a second, what? And I like read it again. I'm like, oh, okay, she's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I get what's going on.
Yeah. No, it's very effective at that because I wasn't 100% sure. I had a suspicion, but then the bleach came. I was like, yep, she's dead. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. Man, excellent villain. Very excellent villain, Jake.
Great villain work.
And then we get the police had discovered most of the girls at this point, and he hadn't so much as been questioned. He couldn't afford to have that happen again. A heart attack was no way for the Breachwood biter to go out. So, yeah, gross. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Something I'm like over here just trying to think to myself, why did that kind of like redeem the story for me? And maybe it's in a way I feel like a serial killer, and I'm definitely not like excusing serial killers, but I feel like they're less in control of themselves as would be a nasty, like perverted, middle-aged man who knows better, and could decide not to do that, but does it anyway just because he's a perv. I think somewhere in my mind, deep down, there's a feeling that people who are so far gone that they're a serial killer have kind of like lost control at some point along the way.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I got nothing.
No, I don't know. Nobody knows. That's just, I'm just trying to examine my own reaction to the story. And that's kind of maybe where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right on.
Yeah. It's kind of like if a person starts screaming and like, having a tantrum or something, like an adult, then you're like, ew, you know what? You're disgusting. But if like a baby does that, it's like, oh, well, the baby doesn't know any better. has no control over it.
Oh, okay.
You know?
You. Yeah.
Or something like that. Or I let my cats get away with so much shit that I would not let a human get away with.
Right.
Because I'm like, they don't know any better. Even if maybe they do, I don't know. But I just don't really. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake.
And up next is Promotion by All Fair.
Hey, All Fair.
Hey, All Fair.
Okay, here we are. So actually, on this one, I realized it was a chessboard almost immediately.
Like at the first mention of the bishop?
Yes.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I read that. I was like, highly suspect that bishop's
like
movement.
The bishop and then the knight.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is a chessboard for sure.
But it doesn't lose any of its charm because of it. If anything, I think it adds to it. And because you can kind of imagine a world where like you have these characters and they're just, they're chess pieces.
Yeah.
And they are these actual characters. And so giving them, like personifying them in this way and making this an actual like fantasy realm that they live in.
It's like getting into the head of the chess pieces. Like, what do they think about being, foisted into this battle?
Yeah. Excellent use.
Thank you.
and just to have all of this, like their interactions, it's like they even look like me, just black instead of white armor, and
we're
it's
like the same people.
And there's like we don't even know why this conflict started.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't even remember when it started or why.
It's like your whole existence is just to fight.
Exactly.
Like you exist strictly for the purpose of fighting.
Exactly.
And in that light, this is dystopian as hell. And it's really kind of upsetting. And it makes me think of, it was in the movie Arrival, I want to say, whenever they're trying to figure out how the aliens speak and communicate, like they're trying to figure out their language. And one method that was used was through mahjong. And so it's like, if everything's a game, then you always have a winner or a loser. And so like, there is no, like, I don't know, just something about that really translated here. It's like the only thing that you can do is win. It's like you are a hammer and therefore everything else is a nail.
Yeah.
And like that theme really came through well for personifying a chess game like this.
Totally. And I just want to say, to me, in my reckoning, I believe that All Fair nailed the microcosm like the best. Because this is an entire little world universe going on inside of a board game.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree entirely that as the microcosm representations go, this one is by far, well, at least the clearest, the most obvious, because we really do get to see, like we see the larger piece, right. the hand comes and literally reaches into the microcosm
exactly.
To reveal it for what it actually is.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And this line, "Well done, Pawn Ilitzia," called a voice from above. The world around her got flatter and smaller as giant hands grasped her and lifted her up. "You have earned new status for your valor and persistence, for your strategic cunning," said the voice. "Who is this? Who are you?" "You aren't ready to know that," said the voice from above. Giant hands released her, draping a robe on her shoulders and placing something heavy on her head. "Are you a god? What are you? Are you making us fight this war? Can you stop it?" asked Ilitzia. "Too many questions, but your curiosity and determination are worthy of a queen," said the voice, as the hands turned her around one more time away from the edge of the world, back towards the battlefield. That's an excellent bit right there. Works great. And it also, to me, reinforces that dystopian. It's like you get to the end, you get to the other side, and then they pick you up, promote you, and turn you back around and say, keep going.
Yeah.
It's like,
end this.
Yeah. It's something about that just struck like this weight landing.
Yeah.
Was really effective.
Yeah.
Like there's an emotional weight, there's an actual weight, like heavy as the head that holds the crown.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. Very effective, I thought.
I did feel that the descriptions here and everything were very, very effective.
Yeah.
Like I really, really liked it. And yeah, like you said, knowing that it was a chess game did not decrease my satisfaction from reading this.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything, I think it enhances it because you pay it off with the hand that reaches in.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Totally.
Very, 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 very cool. Well, thank you, All Fair.
Liked it.
And up next is a story from Christopher.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Which Rachel posted on his behalf.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about this one.
Okay, so I don't know. He didn't explain it to me, but
okay. Yeah.
He sent it to me to post, and I posted it, and here we are. But I really liked Steve's take on this story because when I first read it, I was like, just kind of took it at face value. Like, I don't know, that he was like talking about himself and like actually moving about in the world. Mm-hmm. But Steve's question was, not sure what this is about. Is this the main character or a microbe in a body that literally repairs genes? And I really, really like that take. And I'm like, maybe that is what Christopher meant. Yeah. And that's pretty cool if so.
Because that's a very, very specific choice to say gene repair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that spelling of gene, I was like, that really struck me as a non sequitur, but I also thought it's like, well, we are in a microcosm. And so it's like, it made me think of, oh God, what is that movie where it's an animated movie and they're like microbes in the body.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I forget what it's called.
No, I watched that like a year ago or something.
I want to say it was like Chris Rock is one of the main voice actors.
I'm like picturing the characters. Yeah. But what in the hell is it called? I forgot. But, yeah, and it really, like, after Steve said that, I looked back and I was like, you know what? Maybe that is, because it's like, the work never stopped. Okay, when he's like, finally, I could see my own turn coming back again. That kind of lends itself to that, because, like,
the circulatory nature of the body.
Exactly. Yeah. The work never stops, and I'm grateful to be the gene repair guy. I will always do my best to sort out the problems that I find along the chain. Mm-hmm. Even if they don't complete the job, I will just have to be faithful that the next worker will be able to finish the task.
Yeah.
So that part really makes it sound, and I'm like, the sound of the rushing of the trains, like, what is that, like an influx of blood or oxygen, you know?
Yeah, or just the bloodstream in general.
Yeah.
Like it's just rushing through all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that's like, I was just looking up like gene repair cells, and I think it's like a nucleotide that rebuilds DNA or something like that. It's like a protein. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to put a name to it, but that is a fascinating take.
Yes.
Absolutely
and
fascinating.
I think you're onto something there, Steve. I'm going to have to ask Christopher about it because I'm very, very curious.
And then we get this part, the rushing sound of the trains grow now and the darkness starts to peel back. Mm-hmm. When the port opens, I'm already strapped in and ready for launch. So that's almost like a blood extraction, like they're taking a blood sample or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like picturing Magic School Bus. Mm-hmm. You know?
Or the what is it? Oh, what is it? The Great Adventure or something where they shrink down into a thing and they go into like cure to excise cancer from his brain or something like that. Yeah.
I just keep thinking about the like spoof on Magic School Bus. Girl, that's a booty hole. You remember that?
No.
It's like a ghetto Magic School Bus.
I don't know that one. No.
Okay, it's really funny.
Well, thank you, Christopher, for this. That is a very interesting take on a microcosm.
Yes, thank you.
It is quite well described, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really look forward to you showing a lot more work, because I personally have seen a whole lot of his work and it's very good.
Excellent. Yeah. I look forward to seeing it.
Yay.
And our final story for this week is Absolution Falling by Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Hey, Richie. So this one is a hell of a thing. And so we get Rial kind of just making her way, just walking up to the city square, and we get all these descriptions about the people around and this bishop that she passes on her way, and like he was returning from the city square, and judging by the look on his face, things had not gone well. Mm-hmm. And so this already just kind of puts the tone in here. As she turned left towards Mayweather, she realized more and more people were emptying out from the side streets, undoubtedly on their way to see who had been tried and for what reason. Yeah. So again, more kind of tone and theme just in that alone.
Mm-hmm.
And also this, though these days the reasons were almost always the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of already giving off a pretty serious like urban dystopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely getting Handmaid's Tale vibes from this.
Yeah.
Which Richie did mention.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so we get this crowd kind of forming around this fountain that we come to that has 3 tiers on it. And we get this guy, this kind of portly man, this behatted portly man standing in front of it. And we get this. I'm always quite surprised to see how many of you show up to witness our absolution. We have been soiled, and now, he gestured at the spectacle behind him, it is time for us to be cleansed. So the word spectacle is perfect here. And just kind of I imagine this sort of semi-bombastic tone to this guy and him speaking out to all these people, like almost like sermonly, like like a preacherly style, like kind of from on high and like looking down upon these people.
I'm almost picturing like Snow from Hunger Games, you know?
Yeah.
The way that he's like kind of being performative.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
I was really interested in the fountain. The apparatus itself
is horrifying.
And I'm like, that's a very interesting choice for like a crucifixion contraption.
Crucifixion / burning at the stake kind of combination plus gas. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah. And I was trying to like picture this abomination and what it would look like.
It paints quite the picture.
Yeah.
This is very original.
It is.
As a means of cleansing
and that
a lot
is something
of people.
that I thought about. I was like, is this like precedented in something else? Because I can't picture it. Like, or is this just Richie's like imagination here? It is very, very imaginative.
This is very imaginative, very creative. And just the way that I couldn't decide if this was important, but whenever he flicked the cigarette back over his shoulder into the still pond, it made me think that was the ignition mechanism.
Yeah.
Whenever, because the gasoline flows down and then it catches on fire. Made me wonder if the cigarette was important in that point, and maybe kind of calling back to that at the point so that we recognize that was the intent of the cigarette, was to be the spark to cleanse all of these people. In which case, the symbolism behind that is kind of disgusting. It's not that the symbolism of this is, particularly pleasing in any way, but just the idea of this man's vice being the spark that burns all of these people is, that's wretched.
Yeah.
Just so much about this, just the scene that you paint, this apparatus, as the word, to use your word there, and just what I feel like is that theme of this cigarette lighting all these people on fire. I don't know. Something about this really stuck with me. This is very, very effective.
Yeah.
In this line, is there anyone who would care to speak for the convicted? The man asked the crowd. A few seconds passed in silence. Then the man turned back to the fountain. And with that, he bellowed, I will send you home. And then that's whenever we get this thick stream of gasoline pouring from the angel at the top and cascading down.
Yeah. That's very dystopian, and also, honestly, like very symbolic of even things that are happening in our society right now. Like all these very like sadistic things being meted out by people who profess to be some type of like hand of God or something like that.
Yeah.
Like like the conflation of ice with like God or things like that,
Yeah, how any political agenda could possibly be rooted in religious morality in some way.
Or or be like acting on behalf of like a deity. It's like no. So it kind of is symbolic, grossly symbolic, and effectively symbolic. The angel being the vessel through which this like torment, is being given.
This cleansing.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. This is horrible, Richie, in the best way. Yeah. Very well done.
Very well done.
It very much strikes like Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a very, very clear comparison point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Richie.
Thanks, Richie.
And that is all of our stories for this week.
That's it.
So thank you to Walker for being selected here today, as well as Nick to you, Not a Neko. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Jake, Prismatics19, of course, thanks. And Allfair, Christopher,
yes,
and Richie. Thanks, everybody. Great turnout. Great stories.
Yeah, really good. I'm
Microcosms
excited.
are fun.
They are. This excites me about people getting back into the like vibe of, writing and stuff after our summer slumber.
And so that takes us into our discussion question.
What is your favorite dystopian story that you've read? So we've mentioned a couple just today. We mentioned Handmaid's Tale and Hunger Games. There's a zillion more out there. You could even say, like Matrix. Like there's just tons of examples of dystopias. So what is your favorite dystopian tale?
That's really interesting that you mentioned the Matrix, because that's kind of the vibe that Walker's story was giving me today. Like Adam is sort of a Neo character. Like he is essentially acting as a kind of messiah figure, but he's not doing it for the world. He's doing it for one person.
Yeah.
And so that comparison struck me as I was reading. I was like, this reads a lot like Neo in that moment. So interesting that you mentioned that.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, favorite dystopian story, and there are a lot of them.
Yes, there's so many.
So many. And that takes us into episode 94, right?
Woo!
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So for episode 94, we are issuing an image prompt.
Yay!
And you can find this image over under episode 94. Just go and click that link and have a look at it.
Go and click on him.
Go and click on him. Go and click on him. Okay. So to kind of, normally for image prompts, I try not to like lead too much, but this one is essentially an empty family tree. And the thought behind this was that you can build out a tree of characters. And like, you have grandfather, grandmother, you can go as far back as you want, and you can assign characteristics all the way back to these characters. And like, you can give like all these things, like as they stem and as they move through a family tree, they can change. And so you can be as detailed or as vague with how you set up a family tree, but just the way that you write out your characters, I feel like going into it, preparing them with a back history of family, I think is a really excellent exercise to try in 30 minutes.
Okay, so wait. So we're writing... I don't understand. Can you say
Basically, I just want the idea of these characters. I want it to be clear that they have a family history behind them.
Okay. Like they're not just like sprung forth from an oak.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's clearly a history there. How much of that you reveal is entirely up to you.
Yeah,
but I just
I
wanted the idea like to think about these characters as having a long history behind them.
Okay. A lore.
Yeah.
Nice. All
and
right.
so
like
again, however much of that you reveal is entirely up to you. I just wanted the concept of really engage the character's history.
Okay. I like it.
While you're writing.
I like that.
And the words to accompany this image prompt are objective, folk, release, flourish, and sleep.
Ooh. I
Okay.
like that.
So objective, what you got?
Okay, objective. Objective, it can be either a noun or an adjective, interestingly. And I feel like it's commonly used as both. So like, what's your objective? Your goal, your aim. But then also be objective. Don't be subjective.
Yeah.
So be objective. In other words, don't let your personal bias interfere with your decisions.
Yeah. It can kind of mean an open mind.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because you have to remove subjectivity.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is impossible. But recognizing your own subjectivity is the first step to, it's one step closer to true objectivity, which is actually impossible to accomplish. But yeah.
And our next word is folk.
Folk. Oh man, folk. Folk can mean so many items.
So many.
Well, we've got people, folks.
Hey, folks.
Hey, folks.
Folks.
Folks. My favorite restaurant when I was growing up in Georgia was Po Folks.
Po Folks.
Yeah, but I didn't know what any of that meant. I just knew that it had delicious hush puppies.
Yes, hush puppy.
And their catfish was off the chain. But then it became like not politically correct to call it Po Folks. That's where we would go after church to eat, was Po Folks. And it got changed to just Folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they got an inheritance and they won't Po Folks no more.
I think the idea was that Po Folks was what ate there.
Oh.
Not that the restaurant owners were Po.
Okay.
That are us as the clientele were Po. Anyway, so it can be people, you have like the woodland folk, the mountain folk.
Oh, woodland folk.
The woodland folk.
It's so just a cozy word.
It is. It makes me want to go inside of a tree where folk live and to drink cozy cider by a fire.
Just imagine the Keebler elves.
Yes.
That's
to go into their house.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
But also it can be like folk music.
Yep. Which is just like another way of saying Traditional music. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a word here.
Yeah.
There's a word there. Yeah. Folk music and folklore
is
one word technically, but it's kind of the same idea, but lore instead of music, like history.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like wives' tales kind of folklore.
Right.
Yeah.
And one reason why a lot of people say folk is because that L is so fucking dark.
Yep. That's a very dark
That's
L.
like the darkest of L's. Folk.
Folk.
Folk. Yeah.
That's a super dark L.
Oh, it is.
And the next word is release.
Release. Let go. Noun and adjective.
Yep. What role does the word or the prefix re have there? Release.
Again?
Yeah,
because it's like if you have something enclosed and then you release it, you let it out again, free again.
So lease is free? Like, I'm trying to figure out what lease is doing there too.
Sadly, I don't know that offhand. I really should. Lease. I'm sure it's Latin, but it's not coming to mind.
I'm just curious enough.
I'm curious too.
Release. Well, you're going to be sad.
Oh no, is lease not Latin?
It's French.
Oh, well, that is Latin.
Well, Latin origin, rooted in laxere, to loosen or slacken.
Okay.
To reslack.
Okay.
Also, similar origins to relax. Relax,
that makes sense, because like you release tension, release the fascia.
Relâcher. To yield, quit, or discharge. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay.
There you go.
So basically, the French took some Latin,
butchered it,
and then turned it out into English.
And said, "Good luck figuring out where this came from, nerds."
Exactly. Losers.
Okay, and our next word is flourish.
Flourish. I like this one. Man, this one is just this very Dionysian, very Bacchian.
Quite.
I just picture verdancy. I picture the tropical terrarium that I'm about to make at the terrarium party.
Yes.
Flourish. Oh, and it's also a noun. Like add a little flourish there at the end.
Yeah.
Something fancy, something extra.
A little doodad.
Yeah.
A little pizzazz.
Yeah.
A little jazz doodad. Hands as a flourish.
Yeah, exactly. A little flourish on instruments.
A little ditty. A little hootenanny.
Yeah, a little hootenanny. I call it a hootenanny. Yeah, it's a little extra, a little fancy. A little
flower.
Yeah.
Flourish.
Yeah, and then flourish as a verb, it's just like to thrive.
Could it be flourish, like because you like flour that you bake with?
Could be. Yeah, flourish. Wow, this bread is very flourish. I suppose it could be. Yeah.
Nobody does, but it could be.
Why not?
Why not? And our last word is sleep.
Sleep.
Ooh. Which you got in abundance this morning.
I took so much of it. Mm-hmm. I did. I had like, maybe 11 hours of it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dang. Do you feel like 11, so rested?
Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm flourishing. Last night, like 11 p.m., I was literally like, I cannot even keep my eyes open. And I went straight into bed.
Where it was flourish?
Yeah, where it was very flourish. And then I got up at like 10:40. Not like 10:40. 10:40. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. Anyway,
you were sleepy.
I was sleepy. Okay, sleep is an important item. Sleep. It can also be, it's a noun. It can also be, and a verb. And get some sleep, go to sleep, an adjectival noun at the sleep station. Sleep. Sleep is one of those words that after learning Mongolian with the L of Mongolian, which is I cannot say it without doing sleep. It's very hard for me to be like sleep. No, but here's the thing. Once you unlock those like valves in the sides of your mouth that does the you cannot lock it back up. I'm serious. Okay. Sleep. Every time I say sleep, it's like sleep. Do you hear how messed up that is?
Oh, I hear it. Yeah, sleep. I got headphones on. Yeah, I hear it really clearly.
Sleep. So it's one of those words that I feel physically impossible for me to say like I used to say it.
Well, you're weird.
Sleep.
That's broken. Sleep. You're broken now.
I need to talk to more English speakers who have learned Mongolian and see if that's the case for them.
And confirm or deny this reality.
Yeah. Sleep. I need to read a study about it.
A sleep study?
Yeah.
So those words again are objective, folk, release, flourish, and sleep.
Mm-hmm. Sleep. If you want to be like these wonderful writers and submit your story to You Write, head on over to our subreddit at reddit.com/r/YouWritePod.
If you're unable to submit a story this week, that is fine. You can always help out by reading and commenting on other people's stories. Shout out to Steve for doing exactly that. Thank you, Steve.
Each time you post a story or leave a comment on someone else's submission, you increase your chances of having your story read on the podcast.
You can always reach us at youwritepod@gmail.com.
If you like our show and want to help support us, consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/YouWrite.
If you can't donate, I get it. That's fine. You can always help by sharing the podcast with other writers and non-writers alike.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you know as soon as new episodes are available.
Also, be sure to leave us a rating and a review in your podcatcher of choice, please. Please.
And remember, join us next week on You Write,
a podcast where you write.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. It burned, and the flames went higher.
I really want the death metal version of that song.
That would be great.
Be sick. You know it exists somewhere.
Probably.
It
has too, with words like that.
Oh, yeah.